I love DPs.
Like double penetration.
Some double penetration.
Double penetration on your own with some solo play.
Hello, and welcome to the Double Penetration Podcast. Here are your hosts, Creep and Steel.
Double Penetration Podcast, folks, coming at you with your host. He is your friend, Mr. Chris Steele, and I am your favorite fucking creep, bringing you volume 30 motherfucking 2.
No, 30 motherfucking 3.
30 motherfucking 3.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
One of my favorite numbers, 33. I always feel like if I ever played professional sports, 33 would be my number, because 3 is my favorite number, and 3 following a 3 is still going to be my favorite number. 3, 33, 333, 3,333, 333,333, etc. But yes, folks, Double Penetration Podcast is back. Volume 33. We've already covered that. Why am I repeating it? Who knows? But one thing I will not repeat after this is you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Chris Steele. You can follow my friend Creep wherever she tells you to follow her at.
Follow me at CreepXQueen on Twitter. Follow my new Snapchat, CreepQueenXXX, and go to my website right the motherfuck now, creepqueen.com.
What, you got a new Snapchat?
Yep.
What the fuck? Fucking streets. These internet streets are tough.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Drama going all over the place. Drama on BGST, drama over here, drama over everywhere.
There's no drama, and I don't want to talk about it.
I ain't talking about shit.
What are we talking about today, Mr.
Well,
Steele?
Today, it being quite hot here in lovely Michigan, got me thinking. Summer flings. Seems like people are more apt to kind of have one-night stands and to fool around more so in the summertime than in the wintertime.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyways. I think when the weather's nice and I think people are in a good mood. Now maybe you, because you grew up down south, maybe you didn't experience that. But here in Michigan, wintertime people are more, I don't want to talk to you. Fuck you. Summertime, people love the summertime here in Michigan.
Yeah, no, everybody hates the summer here.
Well, it's fucking 10 billion degrees on top of the humidity.
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
So, like, growing up, because, me and my wife have talked about moving to Florida, just, kind of tired of the Michigan winters. Granted, last couple of winters haven't been that bad, but...
Yeah.
Everybody always says, Florida's great in the winter. Don't go there in the summer, because it's too goddamn hot.
It is really hot.
But, it's hot as fuck here in the summer now anyways for me, and I haven't gone outside today.
It's a different heat, though.
What, then... down there than it is up here?
Yeah.
Well, what makes it? Is it more humidity down there, or is it just hot?
Yeah, it can be 100 degrees with 100% humidity, and it feels like it's fucking 200 fucking degrees.
No
it's fucking
shit.
Ridiculous.
I could imagine.
It always is. Hell is such a different type of hot.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked, but you would think you would hear more about people passing out from like heat stroke and shit like that at the theme parks down there. More than you do, but maybe because it's such a common occurrence, you never hear about it really.
Maybe. I don't know.
You hear about people getting stuck in roller coasters and like having to get down off of rides. That shit's kind of funny. That would freak me out because I'm not a roller coaster person. So if I'm like riding a roller coaster and then the goddamn thing gets stuck 300 feet in the air, that's going to be an awful time for me.
I got stuck on a Ferris wheel one time and it was horrifying.
Like at the tippy top, or was it, maybe like at a 9 o'clock?
At the top.
Oh.
And I got stuck on, I think it's the ride at Disney, but it could also be Universal. But it's the one that like takes you above the trees and shit, and it's like that. You like sit in a bucket, you know what I'm saying? And it like just takes you around and around and around. I got stuck on that motherfucker for like an hour and a half. And they were like, oh, we're like experiencing some things. And I was like freaking the fuck out. Like,
you're like, I'm experiencing
I'm not trying to be hanging from this tiny ass piece of motherfucking thread while I'm hanging from a motherfucking bucket for an hour and a half, like hella up high. And they're like, oh, we don't know.
Yeah,
We don't
fuck
know
that.
when you're going to get down. Like, fuck off.
You know, I was bored the other day, so I was watching how they put carnival rides together, like ones that go to like county fairs, and how they collapse down into like a flatbed truck, like on like an 18-wheeler or something like that. And watching them put together a Ferris wheel is pretty interesting because it does seem all sound, but there just doesn't seem something right that they're just attaching it and it's put together in a day and a half.
It's so weird.
Like I can go to Disney World and ride rides there, or like I guess Cedar Point, but I really don't go to Cedar Point because it's all roller coasters. But I feel more comfortable at like a stationary theme park as opposed to one that's there every summer in August.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like a fair.
Yeah, fairs are cool, but I would just go to the fair just to eat the fucking shit food.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because a tilt-a-whirl's fine and dandy, but you're not going to see me get on the fucking Gravitron ride where you stick to the wall and it spins you. Fuck that. You ever ride that thing?
The Tilt-A-Whirl? Yeah, when I was little.
Yeah, Tilt-A-Whirl's cool. Gravitron, not so much.
Oh, no. I don't think so. I don't know. I've really never been to a fair.
No. Well,
not really.
Now, when you were stuck on your ride at, either Universal or, uh-oh. I think your mic got unmuted or muted. I cannot hear you. There you go. When you were stuck on your ride, were you on a summer fling?
No, I've never had summer flings.
You never had a summer fling? You never met a dude and just kind of hung out for the summer and...
I don't like to date and I don't like to have sex, so I've never had a summer fling ever.
Never ever?
No.
Wow, that's weird to me. I've had summer flings. That's where all my flings ever always were. I never had winter flings or fall flings or spring flings. Just all summer. Summertime.
No, I've never had that.
I had a girl sit on my face in a hot tub in the summer. It's a good time.
Who gets in a hot tub in the summer?
Oh, at my buddy's house before he moved, he had a badass in-ground saltwater pool. He had a hot tub. But what was weird, too, is he heated his pool. I mean, sometimes some summer nights here in Michigan can get to be like 55, so I guess you'd want to heat your pool for those late-night swims, but a pool heater never really seemed like smart money. Seemed like a waste of money. Especially when you don't have trees in your yard and it's just the sun's beating down on it the whole time. Why the fuck do you need a pool heater for? It's going to be 90 degrees all day, and then at nighttime it may drop to 85. But
you just said 50.
No. I mean the water temperature.
Oh.
So, but yeah, good old what happened was with this girl, we were all out at and I kind of fucked up too. But we were all at our bar drinking, and it was always the cool thing to go back to our buddy's house at the end of the night to kind of have like an after party. And so there's a bunch of us, and there was only a few chicks, but I was one of the lucky ones. And we were in the hot tub together, and she said that she wanted to sit on my face, and I was like, well, I'll oblige. And then this was a Friday night, and then Saturday night we're all back at the bar drinking, but we're at the Martini bar at this time. But we're on the back deck still pounding beers like a couple of savages. And
naturally.
Yeah. So her and her friends come into the Martini bar looking for us. They come out to the back deck and they're talking to us, and the girl's like, well, we're going to go across the street and we're going to shake our booties. And we're like, all right, cool. We never went over there to hang out with the girls. We just stayed on the back deck getting drunk. And come to find out later on, I had heard from a couple of her friends that told my pals, like, yeah, she really liked you, man. I'm like, oh, well, she could have told me instead of just,
Oh, well.
I was a drunk. I didn't care. I wasn't really looking for, like, a relationship back then.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like, I realized I was 29 when I stopped drinking. Not like, I've never really stopped, but I don't get shit-faced and pound 40s on Fridays anymore.
Guess what?
What's up?
I've been sober for 6 months today.
That's awesome.
And like literally a year ago this time, oh my God, bro, it was probably like the worst drinking. No, I'm not even going to say that. But it was rough. This time last year, I would start drinking at like 5 5 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon, and stay up all night drinking until 11 o'clock in the morning, shit-faced, and I would just literally pass out until I woke up again, and then we would all start drinking again. Like, it was rough last year. Holy shit.
I never knew you had the affinity for the beer or the booze as much as you say you are.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when I know we did the old show, we always used to drink during that. But, I mean, we never really...
So, like, to be honest about my drinking, it was, like, I could go days or weeks or months without drinking before.
Right.
My ex-boyfriend didn't drink, and it was, like, weird if I did drink. So I really didn't drink for, like, the whole 7 years I was with him, but I didn't really have, like, I would go through my phases of, like, having a problem and not having a problem. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. Where you're like, I'm partying and this is what I'm doing and I'm getting fucked up, and then you're like,
and it was
okay, I don't wanna do
fine,
it.
and like, but I was like, whatever, like, it's not a fucking issue. Like, if I want to drink until fucking noon the next day, then like,
Yeah, whose business
I'm
is
gonna drink
it
until
other
noon the
than
next
yours?
day. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's
Yeah.
nobody's fucking business. But like, I like this past year has probably been like the worst fucking year of my fucking life.
Right.
So really proud of myself that I haven't drank, because it's definitely a coping thing for me. Like, if I'm feeling some type of way,
Yeah, you've had
that's when I'll drink. Like, that's when.
you've had it
And like last summer, mad shit was happening, and then I felt some type of way.
all right.
I feel like I go through, I don't know, I'm so fucking mentally fucked up. So like,
I mean, everybody.
and then I just started drinking excessively. And then it wasn't until I realized, like,
Well, let me ask you this: did you ever crash your car or hit anybody or anything, or was it just kind of like, all right, I'm here and I don't have to worry about driving because I got a ride, or is it just kind of chilling at your house drinking?
I mean, throughout my life, all of it, but I never like got into a car accident or hit
All right.
anybody or anything like that, because
So you're
when I
like
was
me.
younger, like, I drank so fucking much. Like, you know those people that are like, I can drive better drunk than sober? Like, I genuinely don't think I ever drove sober back in the day. Like, when I was 18, 19, no, I was just wasted all the time. And I worked at this breakfast restaurant down on the beach, and like, I would go into work fucked up. Like, I would still be drunk because I didn't sleep. And if I did sleep, I slept for like 30 minutes, and like, I would still be drunk as fuck. And then my manager at the restaurant would be like, oh, go get a beer from the fridge. Oh, go fucking drink. Oh, you can have some of my liquor. Come to the office. Oh, this and that. Like, I was just always fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
always fucked up.
Well, I mean, hair of the dog always made being hungover a lot easier to deal with. What are you doing when you're hungover? You either jump in a cold-ass fucking pool or lake, or you drink some more beer.
I wasn't even hungover. Like, I literally went from partying to the restaurant. Like, because
You
I had
didn't
to be
have
at
a
the
chance to be
restaurant at
hungover.
5:30 in the morning. So I would go drink and then go to work
Man,
at 5:30 in the morning, drunk as shit, drinking on my way there.
there has been many times I'm like there would be times where I'd be like, oh, fuck, I got to work on a Saturday. Well, I'm still going to go out and party on a Friday because, you know, I worked all week and I got to work tomorrow. And I only got to work a half day tomorrow. So it's not like I'm really actually going to do anything. So I would go to the bar and just fucking get annihilated. Come home, stumbling in the house at like 3 a.m. I'm like, fuck, I got to go to work at 6. All right. Sleep till 5:30 and just get in the car and just haul ass to work. And at this point, I was living at my parents' house, so I had like a 35-mile drive.
Yeah.
And there would be many times where I would be driving on the expressway. Fuck, I gotta pull over because I am going to fucking puke my fucking insides out.
Oh, God.
Oh, and there'd be times where I would make it to work, and then as soon as I parked and start walking into the building after I turned off the alarm code, because even though it's a Saturday, I still feel like I got to be the first one to work, because if you're not early, you're late. And that's kind of my stupid mentality. So even though I'm hungover as shit and fucking still drunk, walking into work, puking, I've puked so many times being drunk at my work bathroom, probably more so than my work probably realizes.
That's funny.
Like, we would get there and I would be just fucking shit-faced drunk trying to look at a microscope or programming machines and stuff like that, and I would just be like, oh, just get me till fucking 10 o'clock. All I gotta do is work 4 hours. And in that 4 hours, I'd probably spend a good amount of better part of 2 hours going into the bathroom, dry heaving, just feeling like I was gonna puke. Or then, you ever have those times where you're puking so hard you feel like you're gonna shit your pants?
I never really did that.
Like, I've never shit my pants from throwing up, but I always felt like
No, like I've never really like got drunk enough to throw up.
I
mean, not that. I've gotten plenty drunk enough to throw up. I just usually didn't throw up.
Right. I realized, like, drinking is a younger person's game. Like, well, binge drinking. Like, I can drink now and just get a nice buzz and learn how to maintain that, like, good buzz to where I'm being social and I'm not being standoffish. I know how to keep that buzz. When I was younger, it was just like, fuck, we're at the bar. It's balls to the wall. We got to get as drunk as possible because the bar closes at 2 a.m. and it's only 7 p.m. So we only got fucking 6 hours to drink, boys. So, you know, drinking is definitely a younger person's game because I didn't really get hungover in my early 20s.
So I don't think it's a younger person's game. I know plenty of older people who are alcoholics as fuck who don't get hungover and don't think they have a problem, and all they do is sit around and binge drink. But
well, I mean,
you know, that's none of my fucking business. Sorry.
No. I think once I started getting hangovers and throwing up and then dealing with that and really getting affected to where hangovers would last all day long and a part of the Sunday, that's when I was like, I cannot drink like this anymore. Drinking is fucking, if you stop at any given point, it's hard to maintain your, I guess, drunkenness to where you're not hungover. Because if you fall asleep and wake up feeling like shit, you're not going to drink a beer unless you're a full-on alcoholic. Like, all right, well, I know how to cure this.
Oh, that was me. Oh, that was hella me. If I woke up and never felt like shit, okay, let's start drinking, y'all.
Like, yeah. I mean, that was always the best thing. Like, before I got my ankle broke with my friends, we used to rent this place out in western Michigan on a lake, and we'd rent a pontoon boat. And it was always a cool trip, but it would just be nonstop drinking. We would only bring enough food to just get by because we knew we were going to be drinking. So it was just like fucking Jägermeister and vodka and rum and beer and fucking Zimas. You know, we used to fucking tie it on. Like, I can't drink anymore. Drinking's too hard. Like, I was at a family gathering yesterday, and I had one shot and like 3 beers. I'm like, I'm fucking done. But on top of that, being in the goddamn heat probably had a lot to do with it. I hate
But
drinking.
I mean, like, you can drink, though. Like, that's, like,
Yeah.
I can't. I cannot.
So you can...
I can't have one drink. I can't
because you'll know that
have a sip of a beer. I can't have a fucking sip of liquor. Like, I can't do that.
Because you know that it'll fucking wreck you.
Huh?
It'll wreck you because you'll...
It's not even that. I don't want you to what's the point of being sober if I'm gonna not be sober? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That's not being sober. That's just not drinking if you don't want to drink and drinking when you want to drink. Like, there's a huge difference.
No. I just didn't know that you were that, not necessarily bad, but I mean...
Somebody else said that to me. Somebody else actually really pissed me off. They were like, oh, I thought you were stronger than that. Or like,
that's a real shitty thing to say.
Something like that. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, I'm not even getting into your fucking personal life, sir. But yeah, like it's not like every day of my life. Like, this was a huge part of my life every day for like so many years and this and that. Like,
it's not like you were just getting drunk.
Just that I can't.
Right. No, that's understandable.
I didn't see a problem for so long, and then I finally realized like what was happening.
Right.
And I didn't just like drink to have a good time. And I thought I was drinking to have a good time, and I thought I was drinking socially, and like I thought it was totally different than it was. You know what I mean? Like,
can I ask you, was it you were drinking just to kind of cover up some feelings? You don't have to get into it if you were.
No, I mean, I'm pretty open about shit. I wouldn't say like feelings in the sense that like up and I'm so upset, or like not like emotional feelings like that. Because I don't really feel emotional feelings like that, but like more like I go through really, really like
Highs and lows.
My depression full strong is like really bad, and there's this like overwhelming sense of like impending doom, and like I feel like I fucking know, and that's kind of like when I would really get really bad with my drinking.
Yeah.
So like feelings, but not like emotional feelings that pertain to anybody else ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I get you. You were roboting there for a second, but I picked up the gist of what you were saying.
Or like, I mean, some of it was just socially, you know what I mean? Like some of it was just like I worked in restaurants for a long time, and like I fucking lived at the beach, and I worked in restaurants on the beach, and I fucking, you know what I mean? And then like I moved to the city, and I worked in the city, and then I feel like that's just like the lifestyle. Like if you're in a bar, you're in a restaurant, you're on the fucking beach, like
that's kind of
everybody is always fucking drinking, and it's like really easy to like fall into that habit and then not know like how bad it is, you know?
Drinking is definitely more of a harder hole to dig yourself out of than other addictions. At least I think so, because I was addicted to drinking, but I was more so addicted to being out and being social and being drunk and meeting people and talking to people and having fun and chasing girls. You know what I mean? And then I realized
the lifestyle.
Yeah, but then I realized that I couldn't function and talk to people without being drunk. I couldn't have like a for real conversation. Like I couldn't, like I hate small talk as it is, but I like, you know, the whole like, oh, what do you do for work? Or, you know, the just bullshit small talk shit. I hate, that's why I hate talking to my neighbors.
I feel that. I mean, I think a lot of people, like even people in my life that I never, ever thought would say this, like definitely use that as to like calm down and relax and like be a little more open and like.
It definitely gives you
that entryway, you know what I'm saying?
It definitely, well, for me, like I wasn't necessarily shy at talking to girls when I wasn't drinking, but I always had it in the back of my head like, fuck, man, if I get rejected, it's going to suck. But if I was drinking, it would always be like, you know what, whatever. I'll just go fucking deal with that fucking emotional crybaby shit with more fucking shots of Jaeger. So boozing became more of like a crutch to talk to people and I guess kind of be like this wild and crazy open guy, not realizing that, you know, I can be this not necessarily wild and open crazy guy, but, you know, I can still be that guy, but I don't need to be drinking because ultimately the people that I'm around are people that I'm around all my time anyway. So they see me when I'm sober and then they see me when I'm drunk. So why fake who I am? Not necessarily fake who I am, but why use alcohol as a crutch to get to be that fun, loose person? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what my alcoholism mostly was to kind of loosen up. And that's not saying that it's a problem if people do that, but it's a problem when you're drinking fucking 12 beers and shots and driving home drunk. I drove home drunk quite a bit. Very rarely did I ever get a ride. And that was a problem. I realized that was a problem. And I'm not making light of the situation, but I fucking made it home, so I won.
Yeah.
If you're looking at as drinking and driving a game. And it's not a game, but boys.
No, it's not. And I don't
want to glorify it in like the sense of
it's not cool at fucking all. Like it's just not fucking cool. Like it's really fucking not.
This one time a buddy's girlfriend was giving me shit for driving drunk. And she goes, well, what if one day you're driving drunk and my kid's playing in the street and you hit him and kill him? I go, well, number one, you're a shitty parent for letting your kid to play in the street at 3 a.m. when I am driving drunk. Number two, you're also a shitty parent for not keeping an eye on your kid at 3 a.m. So I kind of made it like it was her fault. But that was me being a shitty alcoholic, not realizing that, yeah, you know what, I could kill a kid.
Yeah, but I got pulled over wasted one night. Wasted. I should have gone to jail.
And you got lucky and he let you go?
I feel like, did I tell the story before?
You may have, but I mean, we have new listeners and it's fine to repeat things just as long as we're not repeating.
Like it was late. It was like 4 a.m, so I was hella tired. Like I was so tired. And I had also been drinking all fucking night. And I didn't feel like I was wasted. But like I probably shouldn't have been fucking driving
Right.
at all. Like, and he pulled me over and was just like, "You've been drinking tonight?" And I was like, "Yep." Like, I sure have. Like, I totally did. And he looked at everything and he was just like, "Please be careful going home."
He probably just did not want to deal with the paperwork.
And I was, because I wasn't like, oh,
Right.
but like, he was like, "You were swerving." And I was like, "I know." And he was like, "Were you drinking?" "Yes." "Okay, please be safe going home." And I did. And that, to me, looking back, that should have been the moment that I like stopped drinking. Do you know what I mean? And I remember thinking, like, I'm not going to drink after this. Like, that could have ended so bad. Like, I could be in jail. Like, I could have fucking killed someone. Like, I shouldn't. And I did, of course. Like, I kept drinking. Like,
well, sometimes like the threat of consequences really isn't enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Like, I've alcoholism runs in my family pretty hardcore, and I know we've touched on that in past volumes, but I was always like, well, my mom was always like, well, if you get caught drinking and driving, don't call me. And I was always like, I ain't gonna have to worry about this, because number one, I drank at a cop bar, so I knew all the cops. Let that be a lesson to any of my friends out there that do want to drive drunk and get drunk. Drink at a cop bar and become friends with all the cops.
No, that's not funny.
Oh, well, I mean, it's sound advice.
No, it's not funny.
Well, I mean, worked for me. But I never got pulled over. One time leaving the bar, I turned down a one-way street the wrong way. And coming towards me, it looked like cop headlights. I was like, because as soon as I turned, I knew I was turning down a one-way street. Because Monroe sometimes has some weird, stupid one-way streets that you think shouldn't be one-way, but for whatever reason they are. So I turned down a one-way street and I'm like, shit. So I backed up and like it was literally like as soon as I turned, an oncoming car was coming at me and I knew I was going one way. Because then I saw the sign that said wrong way, one-way street. But it wasn't a cop. It was just somebody that drove one of those like old school like.
Oh, I hate that.
Whatever those.
There was this guy here the other day who had like not just the car that looks like the cop car that's annoying as fuck with the side light and all that bullshit. No, better. It was a dead ass cop car. It's like the police, sheriff, what the fuck ever. Stickers were peeled off, but you could see it. But on the back, it still said police or what the fuck ever it says. It still fucking said that. It still had the sirens. It still had the lights. It still had the cage for the back seat.
No shit.
And this guy, it looked like it had been through hell and back. Like, it looked like this guy fucking killed a fucking cop, stole his fucking car, ran him over with it 5 times, and now is just chilling, driving down the fucking road. And I was like, oh my God, like, that's fucking nuts.
I see the same car on my way home every day from work, and this is why I know it's not a cop, because it still has the stupid side lights, but it doesn't have any like cop markings, and it has a normal Michigan license plate. But every time I see it, I go, oh, I better slow down. And it's like, oh, wait, it's not a real cop. I see him turn
so
there
annoying.
every day.
It's so annoying.
Like, I'm surprised they sell old cop cars. Do you realize you never see old UPS trucks or any trucks that are UPS trucks? It's because I think GM or Chrysler, I think GM and Chrysler are the same thing, I don't know. But I think GM makes custom, well, maybe even be Ford. One of the car companies custom makes the UPS truck and the UPS van, because that's why they all look the same. And when once like a certain vehicle makes it to its like limitations and they got to get rid of it, they just kind of like destroy it. They don't resell them. Because they don't. I guess they want their, like, every fucking UPS truck looks the same and every UPS van looks the same. I don't know why we're talking about fucking delivery services. Whatever.
Yep.
I know I talked about one time, getting back to our topic of summer flings, and I know we may have broached the subject before, but the one summer fling that I had that was quite memorable is because the girl turned out to be married.
What happened?
Well, my buddy was getting married, and, the thing to do is to get as drunk as possible on free booze at the wedding and then go sober up at the bar while only drinking, Captain and Cokes, because the Coca-Cola would sober me up. So I met a girl there, and, she let me finger her pussy right there, and I figured, all right, this is my kind of gal. She's willing to let me put my hands wherever I want. So we started hanging out, and it was weird because I could never really, she was always like, oh, don't text or call me during the day because I work nights, which turned out to not be true because she didn't have a job at all. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it turned out the reason why she only wanted me to text her after 5 o'clock was because that's when her husband went to work. And he was he worked at, I don't know where he worked at some sort of factory. But then out of the blue, on I don't know, random day, was getting a phone call from her at 3 o'clock, so I knew something was up. So I just answered it as a normal hello, and then the guy answers, and he's like, do you know Allison blah, blah, blah? And I go, yeah, I know her. And as soon as I heard a guy's voice, I knew right away, yep, that's either a boyfriend or a husband. I knew it right away, and my first thought was, okay, don't let him know where you live because he might kill you. So I was like, yeah, I know her. He's all like, well, did you know that she was married? And I said, well, to be honest with you, she failed to mention that aspect of her life. And so we started having this conversation, and he was wondering, well, if we fooled around, which, we did. But I just said, oh, no, we just made out. I didn't want to tell him that, the whole 9 yards happened. He's like, yeah, she's been acting really funny for the last 5 months. And I'm thinking, well, I've only known her for 3 weeks, so shit must have been pretty bad if he's thinking something.
I'm just a one. There's probably 10 fucking more.
Yeah. And I never ever heard from her again.
Really?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think he's gonna kill himself. So carry this for a second.
The thing that you gotta remember.
It's stuck to your neck, you little shit. Come here. Bro, you're gonna die.
Right now, a cat or creeps.
Look at this shit. And he's running, and it's dragging behind him.
Oh, that's hilarious. The handles of a Target bag or something. Creep's cat had his head stuck on it like a collar, and he was running, so it looked like a parachute.
Oh, my poor baby.
She's so concerned, as you guys can hear. But I would be, too, as a cat owner. I love my cats. So I get Creep Queen's.
Oh, my God. It was going to strangle him. It was like a little cape, though. Did you see it?
I did. I described it. I described it to our friends as a parachute. When a drag car is hauling ass down the drag strip and then it shoots the parachutes out to slow down. That's what your cat was doing.
Oh, God.
It was fucking hauling ass and then shoot popped out. I saw him behind you fucking around. I didn't realize that the bag was attached to him.
It was stuck behind his neck. Because I was like, oh, no, he's going to choke on a piece of plastic or he's going to get stuck in his fucking something. No, that bitch was around his fucking neck. Oh, my God. I'm a good mom, I swear.
Let's thank the lucky stars that he's okay.
I've been looking at him. He was fine.
I know. It's like when you see those stupid videos of people I left my kids for 3 minutes and they destroyed their room. And my wife, every time we see a video, my wife goes, that's longer than 3 minutes.
Right?
Because the amount of fucking destruction. I mean, a kid can destroy pretty quickly, but some of these people's houses or rooms that get destroyed that's longer than a 3-minute fucking phone conversation with your goddamn father outside on the deck, you fucking liar.
Oh, that's funny.
But what I was saying is if any people ever have a boyfriend or a girlfriend call you and because you're dating somebody that you didn't know is with a significant other.
I've had plenty of girls call me because they were with my significant other.
Really?
Yeah.
So are they calling to brag or just be like, I got your man now, bitch?
Yeah, pretty much that.
Oh.
There was this one girl. Okay, so my ex cheated on me a lot, but mostly it was not a lot of times he wasn't cheating on me. He was just leading up to it, but he was a little pussy, so he wouldn't actually go fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so he would
talk to them online and act like they were dating, and they really thought they were in a relationship with him and shit like that. So I would have girls that way, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then there was this one girl. She was pretty as shit, man. She really was. Like, I'd fuck her. Not even gonna lie to you.
Hot.
But he always fucked with this girl. And this girl was his best friend's girlfriend. And they have been fucking around and cheating on fucking everybody for years and years and years. Like, apparently before I even fucking came around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were dating for 7 years, so they were probably fucking for like 10 years with his best friend's fucking girl and all this other shit. And she would message me all the time. All the time. I just found one of these messages the other day.
Was she like being a braggart? Like, oh, I sucked your man's dick.
Not like that, but like she wanted to be with him. And so she would message me and be like, oh, I didn't know about you. Even though like she did know about me. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, oh, well, I told him that just all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to read them one day on air because that shit's funny as fuck. And then she messaged me one day. She like got my phone number. I don't even fucking know how. And texted me. I walked in on them one day. Like, it was bad. That was a hangover story. That was like one of my only hangovers. And I went home from work early and they were fucking on the couch. Well, they weren't fucking on the couch, but they were. I don't know what the fuck they was doing.
So as soon as he heard the clink and the door,
they didn't even
like,
fucking hear it, stupid. I went through the fucking garage. They didn't hear shit. And I just walked in and then they were like, oh God. And I just went down to the basement. Like I didn't say shit. I didn't even do anything. I literally was just like, and I just walked away.
So had you been sober, you probably would have hit the fan, or you just would have probably.
No, I probably still would have just walked away.
Yeah. So did they come down the stairs to try to talk to you? Be like, oh no, nothing was going on. We were just.
Did.
Yeah.
He did for sure. Yeah.
Wow, that's ballsy.
Huh?
Oh, I said that's ballsy.
He didn't give a fuck. He'd always be like, oh, we're just friends. And I'm like, you're literally fucking. Like, I literally know that I've been with you 7 years. I know when you're fucking her. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just fucking say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did know all his moves and, where like,
I'm not stupid.
He's always like, the couch is my favorite place to fuck.
And she texted me one day and I asked her, I was like, I know you guys are fucking. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, did you at least wear a condom? And she was like, yeah. I was like, no, the fuck you didn't. He doesn't even wear fucking condoms. He was lying.
Uh-oh.
I got it.
Yay.
Quit calling it out. It stresses me out, bro.
Oh, well, me being dumb and naive, I think maybe it still works on your end because the internet is fucky lately. So I think maybe.
Yeah, my computer's shit lately.
Well, at least, other than the one roboting experience a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it's been good. I don't know what's wrong. I haven't had time to do shit with my computer, so I'm going to have to sit down on that shit. But we should hella talk about cheating in an episode, and I'll read some of the things I have because they're pretty funny.
And here I am thinking that hold on. One moment. Uh-oh.
What?
Well, I just noticed that my Ethernet cable came unplugged. Which I'm hella shocked that my Wi-Fi was working well in my office. Like, shockingly well. Like maybe the roboting was on my end because of me.
Maybe.
But all the other times, my Ethernet cable's plugged in because I run one to my cable modem, even though I could get one of those beacon things where it improves your signal strength wherever you put it.
Yeah.
I kind of like the hardwire thing when I'm doing a podcast. It makes more sense to, have that security blanket of a wire. I know that sounds silly. Nobody really gives a hoot, but.
Yeah, I just zoned out while you talked about all of that.
I'm used to that. My wife zones out too, so don't feel bad.
Like, I just went to another land.
You went to a land of fun. Because who cares about
that? Yeah. I found the messages.
Oh, read them.
Yeah. Read it? One of them's really long.
Well,
it says,
you don't have to necessarily read the long one.
Huh?
So you don't have to read the long one unless you really want to. Is it one from you or her?
That's all it is. Well, they're all based on that. It's just like, so I debated for a really long time if I was going to message you or not. So here it goes. I'm not sure how much you know about me, blah, 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 blah. I have no motivation to lie to you. I'm not trying to steal your boyfriend or be a homewrecker.
Goddamn
Insert
broads.
his name here. And I were hooking up before you guys started dating. When you did finally start dating him and I weren't friends for a while because needless to say, I was a little butthurt. Every time when you guys have broken up,
She
or
softened
gotten in
the
a
blow
fight,
by
he's
saying
come
butthurt.
running back to me for attention, and I can't believe I've put up with it for as long as I have. I'm sick of being led on. I'm depressed as fuck. You don't get to come to me and say I've been fucking your boyfriend, but I'm really depressed about it. So like,
Well, maybe the reason why she came to you and to tell you that she was depressed because maybe maybe this is her like I like to examine things. So maybe her line of thinking is if I tell her all these things, maybe she'll just be like, all right, fuck him, I'll break up with him, and then I can have him. Like maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why she told you.
I'm depressed as fuck and it needs to end. I don't know what's going on with you guys. He says you aren't dating, but it's looking like you're real close if not. I've seen him 5 times in this last week. Not only that, but blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to lie and say he cheated on you when you were dating because technically he didn't. Okay, but technically he did. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just liked it. Oh my God. 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 What do I do? Oh God.
Was it on Facebook?
Oh God, it was somewhere she can see that I liked it.
Well, unlike it.
Oh God.
Well, how long ago was this? A couple years ago?
Years ago.
Oh, so then all you got to do is be like, reminiscing. I thought it was hilarious.
I was just going through our messages 5 years later, and I'm not obsessed about it or anything.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, you do have the built-in excuse that you were recording a podcast.
She said, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was a lot. I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. Yada, 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 yada. I know he's going to deny this. If you want proof, there's plenty of text pictures and things from both the past week and while you were dating. He didn't technically cheat on you because you weren't together. Oh, but there's shit from when you were dating. What really got me was that after hooking up with me Tuesday night, he most likely went and hung out with you the next 2 days, I'm assuming, because I didn't hear from him. I'm sorry, I realize I'm absolutely not your favorite person on earth. Just trying to show you what really goes on with him. Like I said, it's been years now that this has been going on with him and I, and today it needs to come to an end.
Hey, will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you show me a picture of her?
Yeah.
I really want to see what she looks like.
She's really pretty, honestly. Like, she is really pretty.
Yeah.
All I said was, I'm not mad. Thanks for your honesty.
Oh, that is hilarious. That is the best response. That probably...
Like, she sent all this shit, and I just said, that's it. Thanks for your honesty.
She probably was like, that went a lot better than I thought it was going to go.
She was like, I think I said everything I need to say. Unless you have any questions, that's it. And I was like, okay. Well, do you want to be with him? And she was like, yeah. I'm just really mad at him right now because he's dating you. And I was like, why are you even telling me this? She said, I just thought things were different.
Man, it's no wonder why Creep Queen is dead on the insid.
And
because you have these hilarious text messages that you could just laugh at.
She said, I thought things were different with him and I this time, and I was really upset to learn he was probably going to be dating you again. That's kind of when I realized it wasn't worth it and you needed to know. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's a pretty upsetting feeling for you. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I said, I hope you feel better about whatever it is the two of you have, and however you feel, hun. She said, honestly, thank you for being so nice about this.
She probably had such horrible anxiety and the worst paranoia and fear the whole time. She probably reread that long ass message at least 50 times before she said, here it goes. And then bloop. And then when you were like,
that's cool, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for telling me. No, I'm not mad. She was probably like, wow, she probably told everybody. Creep was really nice about that. Like, I'm shocked.
Oh,
I even told her
God.
that I fucked her boyfriend 2 days ago or whatever it was. She took that really
Literally,
well.
and that night he was like, oh, I'm really sick. And I was like, oh, do you want me to bring you medicine? And he was like, no, I'm going to bed. And then they fucked.
Oh, wow. I guess he got his
It's
medicine
so
elsewhere.
funny. The amount of stories that I have that are so funny are so funny.
Man, what are we doing talking about
But that was
summer
the
flings?
first time she ever messaged
Hey, was
me.
that in the summer by chance? Because maybe it was a summer fling.
They were always winter flings.
Oh.
He always had winter flings. We were cool in the summer.
Well, see, brings it back around. It brings it back around full circle. Now, granted, we may have not been talking about summer
Did I
flings.
just have a 7-year summer fling?
Well, yeah, because it was always shitty in the winter and good in the summer. I said this in the beginning of the program that for me here in Michigan, I never got to have winter flings because everybody hated each other. Summertime is when the fucking fun happens. People are loose, drinking Coronas and other cerveza. People are ready to rock.
That's so funny. Wow.
I ate a
had
girl's pussy in my
7-year
buddy's
summer
hot tub.
fling.
Yeah, so look at that. We figured it out.
crazy.
Creeps had a summer fling. It just lasted 7 years.
Oh, that's so funny.
You probably
That's
looked-
cool, hon. I hope you feel better, hon.
That's the name of this volume. I hope you feel better, hon. I gotta write that down so I do not forget.
Oh, God.
Maybe in the parentheses I'll put summer fling. I hope you feel better, hon. That is the funniest. Like, I bet you all girls hope that when they text a girl to let them know that they're fucking their man, all girls hope to have a response like you. But I'm going to say 10 times out of 10, that never happens. You're the enigma.
Like, she just was crying about how hurt she was while she's telling me that my man's been cheating on me.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better, hon. Dead. Fucking dead. So I guess I've always been an emotionless fucking cunt.
I wouldn't say cunt.
Emotionless.
Emotionless, yes. Pain in the ass from time to time, sure. Cunt, never.
Definitely a pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass. But a good heart.
Aww. Hope you feel better, hon.
See? That was a good heart. You were wishing her. You were putting away your feelings of hurtness and making sure that you nurtured her, that she was well.
Or I just wasn't hurt.
I just
Good go either way.
Yeah.
Anyways, that went way off topic.
Nah.
I don't know how we got here.
Yeah.
If you're mad about it, guys, then I hope you feel better.
right. I hope you feel better, hon. We need to get shirts made that say "I hope you feel better, hon." Maybe a couple of hats.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That's funny.
If anybody wants to make us a design, hope you feel better, hon.
I'm gonna do
We'll
it.
make a
I'm
shirt.
so gonna do it.
I like that. I think that's great.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Man, the world we live in today where
The world we live in.
now had that been roles have been reversed and a guy was texting me telling me he was fucking my girl. Oh boy. I'd have lost my shit.
You're emotional.
Oh boy, am I ever.
I think most people would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, granted that we could talk about the topic of cheating in another volume, which would, make for a fun show. I have
I'm here for
a
that.
couple of cheating stories.
I'm here for that. We should do that next week.
But I've never cheated on anybody. I've never been the one to cheat.
I mean, if you've been cheated on, hey, stories are stories, bro. Let's do it.
They are.
Cheating. I'm putting it on the list.
Put it on the motherfucking list. List war that shit. Volume 33. But we still have 10 minutes to kill exactly.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
I mean, honestly, we could have not have ended the episode on a better way. We just probably should have filled up a little bit more in the middle. But I mean,
I thought we were done. Maybe we can play some.
Oh yes, we do have some voicemails. Thank you for reminding me. Now I will say this: these voicemails are from the same person. However, it is my fault that we're getting to one of these so late. So this first voicemail from our pal came in March, and some of you may or may not know I was getting ready to go on vacation in March, and Creep and I had banked a couple of shows, and this came during the week just as I was getting ready to leave on vacation. So this is a voicemail, and hopefully we can help him out.
Hey friends, it's Hobo Joe. So I hate going to the doctor, and where you guys talk about butt stuff every now and then, I figured you're my best option. So over the past 6 months, off and on for a few days, I have had itching in the, we'll say, asshole taint and lower scrotum area. Now, granted, I've got hemorrhoids, but I don't think it's that. So I'm going to snap a few pictures, send them over to you guys, and if you get back to me with your diagnosis, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Well, Joe, my apologies. I hope your ass is maybe on the mend. It's been a couple of months. But I'll gladly take a look.
Hey, we got Dr. Steele in the house.
Now, I've always been... Oh, you sent me the picture of that girl? Yeah, she's pretty. You're prettier.
No, she's so pretty.
Are you just saying that because she's got a cute dog? Because that kind of maybe makes her a little bit
so
prettier.
Pretty.
Nah,
Well, I don't know.
No,
My luck, I'll like one of her new pictures or something creepy like that. I did that before. I did that to her before, like mad long time ago. It was when I first started Creep Queen, and I was stalking her shit because I thought they were fucking again, and I liked a fucking picture of hers that was like months and months old, and I immediately unliked it, and I was like, she already fucking saw it.
There's been times where I would notice that I would get a like on a tweet, and I'd go to see who liked it, and it disappears. I'm like, motherfucker, somebody self-liked the tweet, and then they unliked it before I could see it. That happens quite a bit. So.
But it shows up if your phone's locked and you have your notifications on. It says this person liked the photo. And if you go to it and look at it and it's gone, you know they've been stalking you. Like it happens. Me and my best friend make fun of people all the time that do that to her.
That's funny.
That's how I know.
It's kind of like, you know, a new girl shows up, you know, like somebody tweets a new cam girl or, you know, Demon Seed, they tweet somebody. And then I go through and look at some of the old pictures. It's like, oh, I like that picture. I'd like to like it, but I don't want to look like a creep liking a picture from 2016 because I've spent the last 25 minutes going through pictures.
Like,
but
now,
in all fairness, there's always those automatic ones.
Huh?
I said, but in all fairness, there's a lot of those automatic tweets that say, this person bought this person bought this. So you got to thumb through a fucking shit ton of shit. So it's just like, just scrolling.
Yeah.
But let's get this other voicemail real quick. Let's get to this one. Don't want to let them down. Creep, you might have an answer for this one. I
got you.
I know you'll have an answer.
I'm just looking for a fat cock at a fair price.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chris Steele sells his cock for $3 if you meet him on the corner of Magnolia, Tuesdays before 8.
He said fat. But I'll oblige, sir. I will oblige. But not on Tuesdays. My availability on Tuesdays has changed to Thursdays.
Oh, my bad. Thursdays before 8?
After.
Oh, word. You still at Magnolia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, word. Okay.
Still there.
Dope.
Get off my fucking corner. I'm just saying. Any other bitches out there come on my turf, I'll smack one of yous. It's my area. I've been working that block for years.
Well, yeah.
You know.
I saw that one hobo fight you that one day.
Remember bum fights?
You held your ground, huh?
I said, you remember bum fights?
Yeah. Oh my God. When I lived in Boston, there were so many all the time. Some of them were really scary.
Bums?
Yeah. One of them pulled a gun out on this guy one time. It was like beating him to death, and it was like so terrifying, and like nobody knew what to do. So like mad people were calling the cops, but I mean, obviously we just watched everything go down, and then it was fine. I don't think he died. No. But like some of them got scary as shit.
Yeah. Bum fights will do that to you.
I made a lot of friends that were homeless.
Did you flash them to give them a show?
Oh my God, no. I would like give them food and cigarettes and shit like that. Like, and I would like sit down and like learn like their name and where they came from and what they were doing here and why they're homeless and what the fuck.
You reminded
me. Like, I would like legit be like, I made so many homeless people friends. It was so nice. They were so sweet.
So my friends Rob and Christy, they have a YouTube channel called R&K All Day, and I interviewed them on my old show. And they do a lot of urban exploring, so they go and explore like abandoned buildings and hospitals and shit like that. Well, they told me that if they're going to a place where they think or they know for a fact that there's homeless people there, they always bring beer to give it to the homeless people, so they will let them, wander around whatever they're doing and not getting fucked with. I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, I'm gonna, it's basically like I'm coming into your house and I'm gonna film your house and you're gonna shut your fucking mouth because here's beer. But
because here's a beer.
I always thought that was hilarious.
You're gonna shut your fucking mouth.
You know what? I mean, that's the universal. Shut the fuck up and let me do my thing for a few minutes. Here's a few beers.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody will settle down after they have a few beers. Creep can't have beers no more, but
we spent a whole episode talking about it, huh?
No, I said Creep can't have beer, but she can't have coffee.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Now, if you need me to calm down, just give me some food: chicken fingers, mac and cheese. I'm not picky.
Or. I mean, whenever I'm feeling a bit angst or angry or I might need a beer and I don't want to drink one, Beverly Hills Cop theme mellows me out.
Hey!
It is, I've said it before, it is the perfect song. Catchy beat, the same, beat. You don't have to worry about shitty lyrics fucking it up. I've gotten a couple DMs of people telling me just to shut up and let the song play out, but go listen to it on your own time, folks. It's my time, Creep's time. It's our time, like Spicoli said. Creep's dancing. She don't give no fucks.
I always dance to this shit.
See? It's a good song.
You know what else I do to this shit?
What do you do?
Every time I hear this shit, I follow you on Twitter.
Oh. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Chris Steele. MrKrisSteel. And while you're listening to this, jamming out, hopefully dancing, if not harder than Creep, just as hard, because it's hard to go as hard as Creep, because as you know, she's feelingless. She doesn't worry about being embarrassed by her dancing. She dances with the lights on, not off. She don't give no fucks. Creep, where can our friends find you?
Find me at creepqueen.com.
How about that new snap again?
Creep Queen XXX, or follow me on Twitter at CreepXQueen.
CreepXQueen, creepqueen.com. She's got all sorts of fucking merchandise, videos. I feel like sometimes she doesn't sell her videos enough on this program because they're pretty fucking hot.
Yeah, they is.
But that's a lie. I don't watch them.
But they are, though.
They are probably hot.
I got solo videos, cosplay videos, boy girl videos, girl videos, some weird shit. Like, I don't know. Just go.
Some tentacle videos, maybe? No? I don't know. Who knows? I certainly fucked up.
Who knows?
But you know who knows? You want to know who knows?
Who? I want to know! Pick me! I do!
Well, Bethany knows. Bethany knows everything. But Creep knows some things. But folks, this has been Volume 33 of the Double Penetration Podcast. Thanks for listening. Thank you for rating and reviewing. And thank you for being a friend.
Hello, I am your announcer, Bethany. Please remember to rate and review 5 stars on iTunes. Rating and reviewing helps out the show. Thanks for listening to the Double Penetration Podcast with your hosts, Creep and Steele.
I broke a guy's dick once.